Hello and welcome back to another episode at the Redigits Community Server. Today the whole thing is going to evolve, or going to go right through just houses. We're just going to go through all the little houses that there are. There's not very many houses, to tell you the truth. Most of the people actually dug under and then they never really built a big house or anything. There were just probably about 5 houses that I know that were actually built, so that I know. And so right behind me is one of my houses. I built 2 houses, and then there were several others that were built as well. So we're going to go through all of them. And I'm right here, and then this one here is a little house in an island. And the reason why I built this house is because right there was, or still is, this monument. Is one of the underwater monuments, and so decided that I was coming down, just minding my own business, swimming to see what I can see, and I came across this monument. So I decided that I was going to dry it up and build this little farm of guardian farm. And unfortunately, after I dried it all up, the farm doesn't work. And none of the fish spawned in any of the water inside. So I figured there must be a glitch. Eventually, this whole server was sold to another fellow, Logical Dart, bought it so that he can keep the community going, and is no longer owned by Redigits. So I think that in the transfer of the files, some of the things got corrupted, and things just don't work like they used to. And the railroad tracks on my guardian farm just disappeared, just kept disappearing and disappearing, and I kept making them and putting them on. Then the fish never really spawned, the guardians. So that's how it went down. This little house here is a little contemporary house I decided to build because right there was the temple, and I figure, the monument rather, and I figure, hey, building something on this little island would be nice because it's really close. And I was having a little bit of a problem coming close to it because you know how they just like, they give you that weakness. So you get the weakness and then you can't do anything. So I decided that I was gonna move into this little island and see if I can come in from underneath. And sure enough, I built a tunnel all the way down, and I went right in. It didn't take long, and I still got hit by that weakness, and so it didn't really help. So anyways, let me show you these little houses. They're really quite nice. I like this one. It's not a very big island, and that's the thing, you know. There are some things that I just could not build, or I didn't quite finish. Oops, trouble. Okay, as you can see, this little house is made out of a lot of windows because in reality, if you were to really live here, you will see that there are no neighbors. So unless somebody comes in a boat and starts looking through your windows. Anyways, I went ahead and built that pool table because I have one here at my house. So I figured, hey, this is my house, and it's going to be pretty much like it. So we have a little outside sitting area and a little waterfall, but it serves as a pool as well. So it's nice. And right here is the kitchen. And I had 4 dogs, believe it or not. But I came by the other day and I was going to feed him, and I didn't realize that what I really had in my hand was my sword, and I whacked the dog with my sword and killed him. Here, sweetie. So I'm less one dog. So here's the other dog. And I'm not going to go out because the truth is that out there, I don't have a button to come back in. That's okay. Anyways, here's a little sitting area, like you can sit there to have your brunch or lunch or dinner. And this is like a little sitting area, bar area, and people can come over here and say, hey, what would you like to drink? You know, a lot of people just drink. Not that I do, but they do. And you have to be prepared if you have friends that enjoy having a little drink, then you're just gonna have to go with the flow. And here's my third dog. Hi doggy, you didn't die because I didn't kill you. Right here is the master bedroom, and as you can see, there's not very many decorations because the decorations are out here. You just look out the window and there it is. And right there is our underwater monument. And it's dried up now, but it's not working, so we're gonna have to abandon that project because it doesn't really serve a purpose to spend that much time on something and it doesn't work. And through the hole we come up here. I was gonna have a little sitting area here, but I never really built it. And there were pictures everywhere. There were pictures in every wall, but they some of the files, I believe, in the transfer got corrupted, so they're not there. There were pictures here, and I pictured this to be like a boys' room. You know? There's bunk beds. The boys always like bunk beds, so I care about that. And this one here is a little bedroom with the two beds, and it kind of reminds me of my room when I was a kid because I had one bed and my sister had the other. I also have some nice pictures there, but they're gone. But this is a really nice little room. You could also look at the ocean, and lucky for me, nobody has built anything outside the door except for now that sore in the eye right there. Kind of disappointed at that. Sorry about that, was my dog. Okay. And this is, I'm living in a real house there's noise and people, and there's a dog. And of course, I don't have iron doors in my house, so I don't have this problem. Anyways, yeah, this is a little house, and it's really nice, and I like it. I kind of like a lot of white, so you can see there's a lot of white here. And let's look out here. This is like a little swimming area, and if you have company, then they can sit out here in the patio and enjoy the day. We did a lot of fishing down here when we were looking for pufferfish for our underwater breathing, and we did get it, and we went in there and we killed all the bosses, and now that's that. Okay, now we're going to go on and we're going to look at another house. Okay, before we look at the other house, I had to bring you over here to our farm. This is sort of like a slime farm, and you can see the slime falling in the back. Let's go back there and let's sneak in and let's take a closer look. And what happened was this slime farm is, there's a little house up on top of this slime farm, and I was going to have a little elevator go on up and bring all the slime over. As you can see, they're really productive. Look at them. They really are coming down. So there they are. Oh, I'm sorry. There they are. Oops. And let's take a closer look. My idea was that they were going to fall from the top all the way down here, and the water was going to bring them into the center, and the cactus was going to kill them. And sure enough, as you can see, that works well. And, oops, another fellow fell by himself. And what happened is that originally I had this idea of making these ones with the columns because I had seen Summa Void did one, and he said that this was a good idea because the slime will fall and they will see the columns and they will say, oh my goodness, we're gonna have to go and attack those guys. So they will come over here and jump around and get killed by this cactus. But of course, what really happened was that they fell, sure enough, and then they bounced around for a long time before they decided to go on and hit the cactus and die. So it took forever, and I was just not very happy with that. So I decided to go ahead and leave them as sort of like decoration, and then build the original one. I think that one was built by Doc M. Doc M originally built something like this, and that's where I got the idea to build it because it works. Although he did have all the cactus around the outside, and there were a lot of hoppers all everywhere, and so I got rid of that idea, and I just built all my little cactus in the middle, and it works fine because the water just pushes everybody into the middle, and it serves the same purpose. And over here you can see how much there is. They just collect, they just come and collect. So anyways, the only reason why I brought you up here is because, like I say, up there is the little house that was supposed to provide everybody. See, I originally wanted to do that, provide everybody with some slime, and you just went up to the little house and got the slime. So what we're going to do is we're going to go on up there and I'll show you how that looks. Okay, here we are. We're right outside of our HQ, and that's where the little house is. And we're going to avoid that area because they're mobs and they're going to kill us. So we're going to come right up here. Oh, look at that. My little fellow's asking for it. Oops, how could I miss? He's so close. Anyways, I'm going to leave him alone. He's obviously going to die now. So right here is this little house, and this little house was originally built by Zuma Void. I believe he did his just slightly different, and I said, oh, that looks good with that kind of pattern. So I went ahead and built this one, and it has those cute little rooms in the upper level. And as you can see right there, that looks really cute. I like it. And up on the upper level, I made a couple of rooms, but I didn't put stairs up there. So the only way I was able to get up there was through teleport. So it's empty now, but originally my idea was to bring the elevator up and have all of this filled with chests that the community can come over and check out some of the slime and take what they needed. Oops, didn't mean to shoot that. So if we go down, you can see that there was a little place here also, and I was already beginning to get the chests. But seeing as how really the community was becoming smaller and smaller and less people were coming, I decided to just make this an experimental mushroom farm. So we have some nice beautiful polka dot mushrooms and some just regular brown mushrooms, and this looks really good. Oh my gosh, this farm is so good. And all you do is you just empty the whole thing, and then you plant some mushrooms and bone meal them to death, and then they pop up. It's really nice, and I really like these ones. I like these little blocks. So I use my silk touch when I had one, and I will break them up, and then I wanted to use them. I still would like to use some of them. As you can see, I just collected the blocks, but I never really used them except for just decoration in here. But this works really good, guys. You guys should try it. It's really nice. And yeah, so let's go back. Oh, sorry, miss my exit. Let's see. So that's this little house here, which is really not a house anymore. It's just like a tiny little storage room. Right around it, I have a little bit of horses, 2 horses and a burro or a donkey, whichever comes first. And the reason why I'm bringing you out here is because originally we were gonna, another young lady who used to be part of the community, Ebony Rabbit, and she and I were thinking about making this a nice little area where people would come. It would be sort of like a little hangout place with a gazebo and stuff, and her house is over there. You can just barely see the tip of it over there. And we were going to make this beautiful road. Oh, for crying out loud. Okay, well, I guess it happens. So we were going to make our little roads to go all the way around and meet up over here, and it was just going to be a nice little walk. But we never got around to it. Eventually she moved on, and I was going to do it by myself, because it would have only have been fun if there would have been a community that really actually wanted to do that. So her house is over there. But let's take a look at this little house. This little enclosure actually belongs to player Biz. Beast. If you remember, player Beast helped me with the desert temple. Yeah, he helped me build some of that. But he also came and left and never quite finished. And there's not a door to enter, so I won't be able to really show you this. And I don't want to intrude. But behind there is this house. See, you can see. Oh, there's a casino. This is the original casino that he built over there. And then inside there he put his little house. That was really cute. And he has a little farm in here happening. Unless I can open the door, I'm not going to go in there because I don't want to break his stuff. See? And over there is Ebony Rabbit's house. She likes rabbits, and so she went around collecting rabbits and of all different colors, and she brought them into her house. And she made a little rabbit farm underneath. And another thing that she really enjoyed having was horses. And so she had a whole bunch of horses, and she's given some away. And that's how I got my horse too, because she gave me one. And so, look at this. She's got 4 horses right here, but she gave one to me. She gave one to another fellow for his birthday. And if we come into her house, you can see it's big. It's a big house. She has a little living room area, a portal, which is important, a little potion station, her favorite little rabbit, Ebony. Hi, Ebony. She's got some music, records, stuff, and her sort of like a little kitchen area. Hey, let's go on upstairs and take a peek. Up here in the top is really cool. I really like it because she went ahead and broke down this area and she made little rooms. And she made this. It's a huge room. And you can see how pretty it is. It's got a nice scenery, and I like all of that. And I don't think she put a name. But some of her friends were coming over, and I think she labeled some of these rooms up for them. And this was her master bedroom. And she might have had decorations here, but after the transfer, some of the files, like I said, got corrupted, so we're not able to see any of that. But you can have nice scenery here also. That's nice. And she put her name up there. Ebony Rabbit's room. And this one here belongs to, boy, it looks like Dakal. I don't know who that is because I never really met that person. They must have come while I was not here. And this is his room, I suppose. Or her room, I don't know. And that's it. Nice. So everybody has their own style. You know, you can't criticize anybody for what they do. And she has a nice area here. And like I said, this is another room. And I don't know why she did not label it. Actually, I brought her a couple of lights for this room one day. And that's it. This is her whole little house. It's cute. It's huge. It's really big. But let's go downstairs and I'll show you real quick. It's going to be a quick trip down. And down here she has like a little farm. Here are her rabbits. She has a variety of them. And she has some cows and pigs and a chicken. And right down there is her digging area. That's where she gets all her stuff. Or she used to, at least. I don't know if she'll ever come back. She's just moved on. Everybody moves on. They go to different things. She has her own portal. And it meets up with the one we have in the main area. I'm just going to quickly go out. Ebony Rabbit. It's a nice little house. So far we've seen a couple of houses plus my 2. Those are the only 2 houses I built. Some of the other things that I have are just farms, any kind of farm, and then the garden. But we're going to move on. We're going to go to a couple of other houses that are really nice. Canadian Yoshi's house, and it's right up there in the mountain. As you can see, it is huge, a huge mountain. I didn't even realize they had that platform out there. I had never seen that platform before. I should climb up there and take a look. Anyways, I'll do that some other day. For now, what I really want to show you is that where he built it. He built his house right here in the main quad. In this area, they had some mega builds. There was going to be the mega build right there. It never got completed, but that's okay. I mean, people move on, like I say. And so, let's go see. Let's go look at his house. As you can see, it already looks pretty manly. In my view, anything that is like this is manly. So let's move on and see. When Canadian Joshi decided he didn't want to be here anymore and he moved on, he gave me this house. So I put Mirrusky's house, just in case somebody decides to come in here and say, hey, I'm going to take possession of this house. And I'm like, no, he gave it to me. So I just already decided to put that down. And look at, there's Roger. Hi, Roger. How you doing, buddy? Are you okay? Oh, don't be sad. It's okay. It's all good. And when he gave me this house, I had plans to build something nice here. Not build, but, you know, decorate, put some furniture and stuff. And I just haven't gotten around to it. And as people leave and the transition of the files and everything just made it a little harder because there were all kinds of glitches, and there still are. Like I say, my fish never grew in that farm, so that's a glitch. And there's a hallway here. Look at that. Is this not manly or what? What? Tell me, guys. This is so manly, isn't it? There used to be a nice picture there, but it glitched out. And right down here is the dig. Oy, oy, there. And I'm just not gonna go down there. That's where people dig for. I think Canadian Joshi might have died for his stuff there. And right in here, you can see it's a storage room. This is a nice little storage room. Look at that. And you have a wonderful, wonderful view from here. And there's a stove and all sorts of stuff. Actually, this all belongs to me now. Anyways, I want to show you something. Look at this. There's everybody's, not everybody's, but most of the people that were always hanging around here, I got their head. One day, we were just out there goofing around, and Canadian Joshi gave us all a head. And I said, you have to give me one of yourself as well. So I'm just going to show you this. And, oh, let me show you. Look at this. I got all his stuff. And right there. That's nice. So anyways, I got all his stuff here just in case he ever decides he wants to come back. He has his things. And I have my own stuff. So anyways, let me show you these heads. First off, I think I'll show you this one here. Oops. There it is. Zebra Shark. Zebra Shark is a really cool guy. And he did a lot of big buildings in the area. So let me show you how he looks. And that's it. Oops. Let me get rid of that. Right there. Aha. This is it. So now I am Zebra Shark. Hello everybody, I'm Zebra Shark. How do you like that? Okay, anyway, let me show you another one. And that will be, I'll show you Logical Dark. Logical Dark is the fellow that bought the server after it was abandoned, basically. And so he decided he wanted to keep it alive. So he went ahead and took over. And he did the transition, and you know, it's just huge. It's huge piece of land. So I'm sure some stuff got lost. So that's his. And that's a cute little face. And then we have Dr. Hitch. Dr. Hitch is a good friend of Canadian Joshi. And he came by for a very, very short time, to tell you the honest truth. And this is his. It's kind of scary. Isn't it a scary little head? Anyways, a very nice person. Very nice. And then let me show you the other head is, you get to meet Canadian Joshi, because I talk about Canadian Joshi all the time, as he was a big part of this community. And hello, I'm Canadian Joshi. I don't even know how he talks. I never heard his voice, but I wouldn't mind if he talked like that. Hello, I'm Canadian Jersey. Anyways, yeah, enough goofing around. So I'm gonna actually work Canadian Jersey's head for a little while I tour his house. How about that, guys? Would you like that? Except I'm going to move on to this direction because I don't want to. I'm not very good at running around backwards, to tell you the truth. So anyways, let's continue looking. Very nice. And you can see how manly this place looks. I really like it. I really like it because it just shows his manly man. And I like manly men. Anyways, this is his room. And there used to be pictures here, but the things got glitched out again, like I say. And I don't want to touch any of his stuff, to tell you the truth. And it's nice. It's nice. It's a man's room. And I think there's room somewhere here for expansion, if you tell me, you know. And so maybe someday there's going to be an expansion. Oh, wait a minute. There is an expansion? Tell me about it. I'm going to show you a little secret room. And nobody knows about this, so everybody's going to have to be real quiet about this. Shh. Oops. Look at that. Uh-oh. I lost my block. Anyways, if we switch that, I'm just going to pick up my block right now because I don't want to have to deal with picking it up later. Oh, look at that. I almost lost my block. Okay, cool. So let's leave that open because we're going to go look at the room. Where could that room be? I know I heard it open. Where could it be? Wait a minute. Oh, there it is. And it has to be pink because it's a girl's room. It's my room. And so, oh my goodness. Can you tell how bright it is? And it's nighttime too. It's sort of like a big pretend room. And Mushumi was the one who actually originally made a room like this in his server. And so I really liked it. And so I said, I'm going to make that room. And I promised him that I would let him see it once I have built it. And so this will be the opportunity for me to show him this whole thing. And it's really nice. It's got a big bed, a big window, and if I could do a little bit of my parkour, which of course I'm horrible at. So, but let me see if I can. You can see, oh look how beautiful the moon. You can see all the water cascading. And I wonder if that, I've not seen that there. But I will not see it ever. Anyways, yeah, you have a good view and you have a nice big room. I like it. And there's my Apple computer as always. And you see how cute those, oh man, those little mushrooms are so cute. I just love those mushroom blocks. And here's all my clothes and my shoes, gold, and emeralds. And the bookshelves is really a nicely made room, and I really enjoy building it. It was really nice. Nice, huh? Anyways, that's my secret room. Don't tell anybody because this is a manly man's house, and you don't need any. You don't need any pink in a man's house, so don't tell anybody about that. Shh. I'm gonna close the door. And I'm going to block the entrance. Okay, cool. There it is. It's gone. So there's another little house that Canadian Jersey built, and we're going to go down and we're going to take a look at it. How about that? Hello, here I am again. And now I am in front of Canadian Jersey's second house. This is the cutest little cottage you ever saw. Hello, Bunny. Hi, little bunny. Funny bunny. Anyways, yeah, he built this cute little cottage on this island, which is pretty close to my island house as well. And let's take a peek. How about that, guys? Let's take a good look at this little house. Hi, bunny. Bye, bunny. Anyways, look at it. It's so cute. There's a deck for boats or fishing. You can actually stand here and fish, but I like it. Look at this. Whoa, I fell in. It's a good thing I know how to swim. And there are all the trees and everything. And that the sound's going down. And you see that, guys? That is a build. Somebody came in here after the transition of the property and of the server, and they came and they built a big old huge gold farm right in front of this little island. So now we have that there. But originally it was a beautiful blue sea all the way as far as the eye can see, and as far as as your computer will render the scenery. But it was really nice, and it went all the way around, and it's just a little island too. Isn't it pretty? So anyways, he decided to build this nice little cottage here, and it's really nice. He says it's one of his best builds. He's really liked it, and I like it. Look at all these beautiful flowers. I like it a lot. Anyways, let's go here and let's go inside. Let's take a peek. Look how cute that looks. French doors. And inside it's empty. So he really didn't have time to finish this with the decoration. But I was going to, when he said you can have this house, you can have everything in it and whatnot, then I was going to go ahead and build something in here, but I haven't really had the time, and I probably won't do it now. And these are his two dogs. He's got Baxter and Ash, and there was a third dog named Audrey, and I don't know what happened to the third dog. And here's Dots. That's the horse. It's possible that the other dog got maybe somebody borrowed him from the build over there. They might have come in here, and I'm sure they probably came in and visited us. They were building the big stuff. So, but we're looking at the house, and let's go back inside. Oh, this is nice. I bet you it would have been a nice deck here. Okay, anyways, yes, this is a big house. It's beautiful. Look at that soft color there, manly color. You know, these are bricks, white bricks from the mesa. Canadian Yoshi found this beautiful mesa, and he took me there once. I began to build stuff. There's something built in the mesa, but it's not something that I'm just going to show, because I don't even know where the mesa is. I did not take coordinates. I was just TP'd over. But this is the upstairs, and you can see there's big, huge areas here. There are 3 big, huge areas. Anybody could build 3 bedrooms here, and then a nice little sitting area in the middle. I would. So anyways, yeah, look at this. This is still manly house, and as you can see, it is what it is. It's a beautiful little cottage, and I think that I've shown you all the little houses that I know of people that build. Then they build huge buildings, and they're in the center of town, out in the quad, where we call the big build. And so we'll eventually gonna go over there and have a little video on that. That will be probably my next video. Will be about all the big mega buildings that we've had. So I think that probably for now we're just gonna go ahead and call it a day from here. So thank you, Canadian Yoshi, for this beautiful little lot and house and everything that you did in this community. It was great. It was really great. And take off his head because I don't need it. And thank you everybody for coming and visiting with me and checking out all this area, and thanks a lot. We'll see you next time. How about that?